are the benefits of reading a newspaper or magazine? How often do you read it? What's the best time to read the newspaper? What types of magazines do you usually read? What's your favorite magazine? Do you read the paper or online news? How much does it cost you to buy paper newspaper per month? What is the most popular magazine in your country? With the popularity of internet, do you think newspapers and magazines will disappear?
Newspapers, magazines, can broaden your mind about thousands of things without the need to travel. I read it every day. I think the best time is in the morning when you start a new day. I usually read politics and fashion magazines. I also enjoy reading about culture and tourism. My favorite is the New York Times, which writes about all sorts of things: business, sports, movies, travel, books, jobs, education, and real estate. I prefer online news to save money. I only buy a monthly newspaper, so it doesn't cost much money, around $5 a month. I think it would be Forbes magazine, a leading source for reliable business news and financial information. Yes, unfortunately, it's just a matter of time.
How many events have you joined this year? What were they about? What was your most memorable event? Was it organized indoors or outdoors? Who sponsored the event? Who went to the event with you? What were some performances in the event? Was the event shown on TV? How would someone market an event?
I have joined more than 10 events so far, most of which were about education. The most memorable for me was an international study conference in which I was introduced to some famous universities in Europe to study overseas. It was an indoor event. The event organizer was the Education Department of American Center, but the universities introduced in the conference were the ones who paid. I went there with my friends, who shared the same interest in studying abroad as me. There were not many performances. Each university representative just had a speech to introduce their school to students, and then they hosted Q&A session. The event was not aired, but there were television advertisements for it. Taking advantage of social media is a smart way to promote an event.
What subjects did you learn in school? What subject did you like the most when you were at school? Were you good at it? Did your friends like that subject too? Was the textbook written in English or any other language? Who taught that subject? How was the subject helpful to you? How often did you learn that subject? How How long did you spend on that subject at home? Have you ever attended any extra classes for that subject? Is it important to study hard on both social sciences and natural sciences?
I learned math, science, physics, biology, geography, history, literature, English, art, and music. I liked biology the most, although I was excellent at literature. Yes, they did. They enjoyed every single biology lesson. It was written in English. My teacher was Miss Karen from the USA. It helped me a lot in becoming a biology teacher. I often had biology lessons 5 times a week. I spent roughly 2 hours per day studying biology at home. Yes, I have. I usually attended evening classes. No, it isn't. Students should study the ones they like and the ones that are helpful to their career path.
What type of museum is popular in your country? What is the most famous museum in your country? What's special about it? How many times have you visited that museum? What do you usually do when visiting a museum? Are you allowed to take pictures there? How did you feel after visiting there? What do you think is the importance of museums in history?
There are many types of museums, but the most popular are historical museums. That would be the British Museum, located in London. I'm impressed by its large amount of historical, art, and cultural work. I have visited the museum twice. I usually listen to the tour guide and take notes about important information. No, the guards did not allow us to bring the camera in. The overall experience was fantastic, and I learned so many things in just a few hours. Museums are an integral part of any country's history, and they keep history alive.
Do you usually watch movies at home or at a movie theater? Is watching movies at the theater more interesting than watching movies at home? How often do you go to the movie theater? What's your favorite type of movie? What movie of that type do you like? Was that movie adapted from a book? Who are the actors or actresses in the movie? Was it recommended by your friend, teacher, or family? Was the movie in your mother language or in English? Should children watch violent movies? What's the most important factor of a great movie?
I usually watch movies on my laptop. Sometimes I go to the movie theater. Yes, definitely, because you can watch vivid images on a large screen with lively sound effects. I often go to the movie theater every weekend. My favorite type is comedy because whenever I watch one, I feel like there are no more worries in the world. I love the Mr. Bean movie series. No, the story is derived from funny situations in real life. Mr. Bean is the main character. He is played by Rowan Atkinson, who is from England. It was recommended by my classmate. It was in English, but I can also watch it with subtitles. I don't believe so. Young children are very impressionable, and it could lead them to wanting to imitate the behavior. I believe that plot and actors are among the factors which decide the success of a movie.